Have you ever stood at a crossroads where one path looked perfect but something deep inside whispered, "Don't go that way"? What if ignoring that quiet voice could change your entire life forever? This is the unforgettable story of Amy, a young woman who chose to trust her heart instead of appearances and discovered that the greatest treasures in life can never be bought with money. Amy was a kind, gentle young woman who lived in a peaceful little town with her parents. She wasn't interested in expensive clothes or luxury. More than anything, she dreamed of finding a man who would love her sincerely, build a happy family, and walk beside her through every season of life. When she was 24, two very different men entered her life. The first was Daniel, a successful businessman from one of the wealthiest families in the area. He drove expensive cars, wore elegant suits, and spoke with confidence. His parents owned several businesses and lived in a magnificent mansion. Whenever Daniel's family visited Amy's parents, they brought expensive gifts, flowers, and delicious food. They complimented everyone, smiled constantly, and acted as if they were the happiest family anyone had ever seen. Amy's parents were impressed. "They're wonderful people," her mother often said. Her father nodded with excitement. "If you marry Daniel, you'll never have to worry about money again." Everything about Daniel seemed perfect, everything. Except for one thing. Whenever Amy looked into his eyes, she felt something she couldn't explain. It wasn't fear, it wasn't dislike. It was simply an uncomfortable feeling deep inside her heart. She tried to ignore it. After all, everyone around her admired him. Surely she was imagining things. Then there was the second man. His name was Michael. Michael had grown up without a father. His mother had worked tirelessly to raise him, teaching him honesty, humility, and kindness. They weren't rich. In fact, many days had been difficult. Michael owned no fancy car. He wore simple clothes. His hands were rough from hard work. He spoke quietly and never tried to impress anyone. But every time Amy needed help, Michael was already there. When her father became ill, Michael chopped firewood for them without asking for anything. When heavy rain damaged the roof, he spent the entire weekend repairing it. When Amy's mother struggled with carrying groceries, he gently took the bags from her hands with a warm smile. He never expected praise. He simply cared. Amy noticed something else. Whenever she was with Michael, she felt peaceful, safe, as if her heart could finally rest. Still, her parents couldn't understand. "What future can he offer you?" her father asked. "He has no wealth, important family, no business." "Daniel can give you everything," quietly answered. "Money isn't everything." Her father shook his head. "Young, you don't understand life yet." As weeks passed, Daniel noticed that Amy enjoyed spending time with Michael. Jealousy slowly filled his heart. One evening, Daniel secretly visited Amy's father. He lowered his voice and said, "I don't want to interfere, but people have been talking." Amy's father looked concerned. "What do you mean?" "I've heard Michael is irresponsible. They say he has debts. Some even say he only wants Amy because your family owns land." None of it was true, but lies spread quickly. Amy's father became furious. That evening he confronted her. "You will stop seeing Michael immediately." Amy looked shocked, told me everything, remained calm. "Did you ask Michael if any of it was true?" Her father hesitated. "No." "Then why do you believe rumors instead of someone you've known for years?" Her father refused to listen. Weeks later, Daniel officially asked for Amy's hand in marriage. Her parents were overjoyed. They encouraged her to say yes. But something inside Amy became louder than ever. Every smile Daniel gave seemed forced. Every compliment sounded rehearsed. Every expensive gift felt strangely empty. Her heart whispered one simple sentence: "This is not the man who will make you happy." One afternoon, Michael came to see her. He held no diamonds, no expensive flowers. Only a single white daisy picked from a nearby field. He looked nervous. "Amy," he said softly, "I can't promise you riches. I can't promise luxury. I promise I'll work every day to make you smile, stand beside you when life is beautiful. I'll stay beside you when life becomes difficult. I will never stop choosing you." Tears filled Amy's eyes at that moment. She already knew the answer, despite her parents' disappointment, despite everyone's expectations. Amy chose Michael. They married in a small church surrounded by close friends and family. Their wedding wasn't luxurious. The decorations were simple, the meal was modest, there were no expensive fireworks. But there was something much more valuable: joy, laughter, peace. Their first years together weren't always easy. Sometimes money was scarce. Michael worked long hours. Amy supported him through every challenge. Whenever one grew tired, the other offered strength. Whenever one cried, the other offered comfort. They built not just a house, but a home. Years passed. One afternoon, Amy unexpectedly met an old neighbor. During their conversation, she heard shocking news. Daniel's family had fallen apart. The smiling parents everyone admired had divorced after years of hidden fighting. His father had been cruel to his wife for decades. The insults, the control, the hatred. Everything had been hidden behind expensive clothes and fake smiles. Their children barely spoke to one another anymore. The large mansion had become a place filled with bitterness instead of love. Daniel himself had become distant and unhappy. Money had remained, but peace had disappeared. Amy stood silently for several moments, then she walked home. As she opened the front door, she smelled fresh bread baking. Michael looked up from the kitchen with the same gentle smile he had worn years before. "Home," he said warmly. He hugged her tightly. In that moment, Amy realized something priceless. She had almost traded genuine love for beautiful appearances. She sat beside her husband as the evening sun filled their little home with golden light. There was no mansion, no luxury cars, no servants, but there was laughter, trust, respect, and a love that had only grown stronger with time. Amy smiled to herself. Her heart had seen the truth long before her eyes ever could, and she silently thanked God that she had listened. Because the greatest decisions in life are rarely made with the eyes, they are made with the heart. Moral of the story: never judge people by their wealth, appearance, or the image they present to the world. Character is revealed in everyday actions, not expensive gifts. Sometimes your heart notices warning signs long before your mind understands them. Learn to listen to that quiet inner voice. A peaceful home built on love will always be worth more than a palace built on pride. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever trusted your heart when everyone else told you to do something different? We'd love to read your story below.